All right, guys, so now we're on the computer, and we're about to get into depth, showing you guys what's going on. I'm going to hand it over to PB, sort of give an intro on what we're doing right here.
All right, guys, so when you're making ads for your products or, any products on your store, you're going to have to go to the ads manager, right? And what we're going to show you today is what you would use when you're testing different products, or if you know you have a winner, you would go here and just create campaigns for them and make different ad sets. So first, what I want you guys to do is, go to the ads manager. If you can't find it, press this 3 tabs right here, go to ads manager, right? And then go to create campaign. So when you go to the campaign, this is what will pop off, right? It will ask you for your marketing objective. And what we're trying to do is get sales, right? Traffic is, you want traffic, you want engagement, but the main part you want is sales. So you would always choose conversions. And right here, you would choose, the name of your campaign. So we're testing out a gold rose, so I'll just name it gold rose. And the action you want to measure is purchase, because we're selling items, right? So continue, and it'll take you to the ad sets. So once you get to the ad set part, what you want to do is select a conversion event or a conversion pixel, right? Mine, it's all red because this is an old account. So, but for you, if you already have some sales, most of these will be green for you. And a lot of people say to start off with a purchase pixel. But if you're just starting off and you're new to Facebook ads, I wouldn't recommend that because Facebook, it still needs some data from you, right? So I would start off anywhere from view content to add to cart. And that means, they'll find people who first, view content, then they'll move on to add to cart, then purchase. And this is just a better way for your pixel to collect data. Instead of right away going to purchase, why that is not optimal is because if you don't have any purchase, or if you have only 2 or 3 purchase, your pixel doesn't have enough data to feed off those 3 purchases, right? But if you already have some visitors, your pixel can actually target the people that have already visited and find similar customers that have already visited your store. So I would choose anywhere from view content to add to cart. Since it's like, let's say it's a new store, we'll just choose view content. Then right here, this is the main part about Facebook ads. This is where, this is what makes or breaks your ad.
Yeah, so this part is very crucial. As he said, this is where you choose keywords, or you have your audience that you have already set up from your pixel, or you're targeting, a certain amount of people with your keywords. And as you can see there to the right, the audience size, that is going to show your potential reach and what the estimated daily results are.
Yep. So right here, as he said, if you already have a saved audience or a custom audience, let's say you just want to target people that visited your website or people that just added to cart, you can actually, create a new custom audience here, or even create like a lookalike. If you already have a lookalike audience, you can choose that. But since, let's say this is a fresh account, you don't have no data, what you're going to have to start off is always with, keyword targeting. And right here, the first thing is the countries. It all depends on your target market. I would stick to developed countries who actually have money to buy your stuff, right? If you target developing countries, you'll get traffic because the offer might appeal to them, especially if it's free plus shipping. They might think it's free. You'll get a lot of traffic, but you'll get no sales because they just can't afford your item. So Canada is good, but I would just choose one country. So I'll start off with United States. United States, right? Choose that. And then the age right here. What you can do is honestly just leave it like this, right? For now, like in the beginning. And after you run it for a while, you still get some data and find out what your target market actually is. But if you already know, if you have a niche store and you already know the age, your target age in your niche, you can always go ahead and mess with this, right? So let's say I was doing anything that was related to like sports, right? And a lot of younger fans appeal to sports, right? I'm not saying old people don't. I'm just saying the majority is in the younger demographics. So what you would do is choose, 18 to, let's say, anywhere from 18 to 35 or 18 to 36, right? And this is just going to niche it down to people and only going to show it to people that are 18 to 36. Only do this if you already know like your target market, because other than that, otherwise you're guessing, right? And if you're just guessing, you're going to lose out on a lot of money, because sometimes there might be an item which you might think appears to a younger demographic, but in actuality, it turns out to, appeal to people that are like 55. So you never know with these products, so always test. And then next year as well, as I said, keep it all at first, because you never know. You might think an item is, male dominant, but you never know. Some people might just women might buy for their boyfriends or something like that, especially around Valentine's Day, right? Which just passed, but just saying, people always are buying gifts as well. So don't be guessing. Always feed off data and make sure if you're targeting and if you're just gonna choose men, be sure that you're right about that, right? So I'll just choose all language. You can keep it anything since we target the United States, right? So that doesn't really matter, but here is where the magic happens, the targeting.
So right here where we're at now, where it says detailed targeting, this is basically where you can search, different kinds of things to see people's interests, their jobs, whatever it is. So basically right here, you're able to target like specific people that Facebook already has collected data from, where they know these specific people like specific things. They know because these people have shown interest on Facebook of these certain demographics. So here you're able to target these exact people, and it's going to show you the scale size, the audience size, and you're going to be able to figure out who you want to target and keep a decent audience size.
All right, so since we're doing an ad for a rose, what we're going to do is target people that like the keyword rose, right? So as you see, there's a bunch of different rows. Make sure you're choosing the right one, because Derrick Rose is a basketball player. Amber Rose is a celebrity. So you got to make sure make sure you're choosing words that are related to your niche. And as you see right here, the audience size for Rose is pretty big. So if anything, you can find a different type of different words related to Rose. So someone would be like, well, let's see if there's one for Gold Rose. No, there's no Rose. You gotta just look around and see what works for you. But let's see here. So let's just choose Rose for now, right? And right here, it will show you your audience size. But the one big thing that everyone needs to do is uncheck this. And did you see the difference between the audience size when it's checked and unchecked? It went from 100 million to 6 million. When you check this, it basically shows your ad to people that don't even want your product. And this is just a way of Facebook taking your money, basically, right? And if you check this off, you're not really targeting properly. So always make sure you have this unchecked. And another cool thing you can do with the targeting is narrow the audience. So you can choose people that like Rose, but you can be like, I want people that like Rose.
People in relationships.
Exactly, in a relationship, right? That's what I was about to say. You can choose people that like Rose but are also in a relationship, because this Rose that we're advertising is more like a gift item, right? So if someone who's single this might not appeal to them. So this right here, this 1 million people, these people, they like Rose and they're also in a relationship. And we're just targeting this, this is super targeted, right? You can even narrow further and make it so it's someone who likes Rose in a relationship. Okay, this is way too detailed, right? I'm just showing you guys what's possible. I wouldn't really do this. I would just leave it as that. 1 million is fine. You may want to go anywhere from 200,000 to around under 1 million when you're testing it out, because you don't want it to be too broad. You want to be pretty, you want your target audience to be pretty detailed. So I would just leave it at this. This is good enough, but I'm just showing you guys what's possible with this, right? You can since we're just doing Rose, it doesn't mean you have to do Rose. You can choose different type of keywords, right? You can choose Valentine's, right?
Because guys, really anything that's related to the ad, whatever product it is, you choose stuff that's related to that. And most of the time, if you have a Facebook pixel, you're gonna create lookalike audiences, so you'll have already set custom audiences that you can put on there. But for this sake of this ad, we're just going to be doing, targeting with keywords, because we don't have a lookalike audience yet, because this is a test. We're just showing you guys, the fundamentals and how you set everything up. So keywords, you don't even need a pixel. You can set up stuff like this if you want to. It's just not going to be as accurate. With the Facebook pixel, you already have data collected, and it's going to be able to target the right people a lot faster than if you're doing it this way.
Yep, exactly. And also, guys, if you guys want to know what keywords you want to target, check this thing right here called Audience Insights, and you can just put in the keyword Rose or your visitors, and you'll find the keywords you should target. That's for another video. I think we covered it a little bit in the video yesterday, so check that out if anything, right? But let's move on. And what you want to do right here for placements is you always want to edit placements, right? Because some of these placements right here, they don't work. So I would always
waste your money.
Exactly, right? Audience network, no, not really. Messenger, you can test it out. You can always test, right? you don't have to take our advice. You can always test. You know what might work for one person or what might work for one product might not work for another, right? So always be testing. But usually I check Messenger off. What I usually go with is Facebook feeds and Instagram feeds, and sometimes right column. I know some people that kill it with right columns, right? Not everyone does, but you can, as I said before, always test and find out what's best for you. So for what I recommend is always Instagram feed and Facebook feed. And you can even like go a little further and choose just like mobile only or desktop only, right? But as I said before, you would have to look at your data, see where most of your users come from. If most of your users come from mobile, then target mobile, right? That's just like the smart thing to do. But another thing that I've noticed a lot of top e-commerce people do is they will target mobile, right? And then retarget on desktop because people go on desktop to go buy their items.
Yep.
Another thing, guys, if you guys are running video ads, what you would want to do is, check this right here. Only when connected to Wi-Fi. Why this is good is because let's say you're using your, let's say someone's using their data on their phone and scrolling through Facebook. People are not really going to see the videos because of the internet speed, right? So it's always the best thing to check this only when connected to Wi-Fi because the videos load faster and the people will actually be able to see your videos. All right, to the next part, budget and schedule. What I would do is choose a daily budget of 5 if you're testing, but if you're sure or if you're retargeting, you can go anywhere from 10, 20, and then you'll slowly scale it up. But if you're testing, always start with 5. 5 is like the optimal number. And you'll also have many different ad sets as well. So 5 is good to start with. I keep it as conversion. Leave all these, if like the way it is. Right here, you can set a start and end date, but I wouldn't really do that if you're testing, right?
Yep,
so
just let it run.
Exactly. Everything is good here. All this stuff, just leave it. It is, it's pretty good for now. And the next part we're going to talk about is the actual ad. All right, wait.
Yep. So this is something that is very important. The actual ad, the picture, the video, whatever you're using. The marketing is the most important, and we just showed the back end of the Facebook of the targeting. But now you're actually at the front end of showing, that picture, that video, that thing that the people on Facebook or Instagram are actually going to see and makes them decide whether they're going to click on that ad or they're going to scroll past it. So this is very important. And what we're doing for this, we're using an old ad that I used to use for Instagram with influencers for one of my older stores. If you're in my course, you know what it is, the gold rose, of course. I thought it would just be good enough to use this for testing to, show you guys, give you an example of making a Facebook ad with this. And let's get into it.
Yep. So when you're creating a Facebook ad, one thing you got to make sure you do before you even create the creative is go to this thing right here. It's called a Facebook text overlay tool. And what you want to do is upload the picture you will use in your ad, right? And upload it and see what the results are. So right here, as you see, I just uploaded a picture of the gold rose. It said okay. But you see right here, I used one of the gold rose, but there's a bunch of text in it, right?
Yep.
And they said that your ads reach may be lower. Why this is because Facebook doesn't like when your ads has a lot of, lots of words. And they don't want people to get spammed by a bunch of, different words. I think the thing is like 20% words and 80% picture. So make sure before you start that you don't add too much text because your ads will not run as effectively. And make sure that you upload it to this to see, get the result. And if it's high, medium, or low, like this ad right here, what Tanner would have to do is actually take the wording out or just make it very short.
Yep. Because with influencers on Instagram, that's an ad I use with influencers, and they don't really regulate the text, how much is on there. That doesn't matter because you're basically posting directly to a certain audience. You don't get to pick keywords and stuff like that with influencers. You're basically finding a big account and paying them to post your ad. So depending on the text that's on there, it doesn't matter at all. Really, it's all dependent on whether the influencer wants to post it or not, depending on what it says. So, the text does not matter, but on Facebook ads, it's definitely a lot different because Facebook is running everything in the back end and targeting these people for you.
Yep. So right here, what you would choose is your Facebook page, or if you have an Instagram page, select that, right? I'll just create this for now. You can create all your ads here. You can create your carousel ad, single image ad. If you have a video, create it here. You can even make like a slideshow type video. So, you can create everything here, but what we recommend is you do everything in right here. It's called page post. You go there. And as you see right here, make post on the ads post. And what this will do is create unpublished posts just for your ads. And as you see, we already made one beforehand, right? We got the caption right here, free for the next 12 hours. We got the rows and everything. And all you have to do now is copy the code, right? Use existing post, and then just click enter post ID right here, copy and paste the code, boom. And it will just show up right here. And this is a better way of doing it rather than just creating an ad here, because once you create an ad here, you can't actually save it, right? And but what you can do if you just make it here is just reuse this exact same image and this description again and again and again, instead of making a new one for every time you create a new ad. Instead of creating the same image, just use the one that you already made. Just enter the post ID and you should be good. And right here, it will show you the preview of the ad, how it will look on mobile newsfeed, how it will look on a phone, desktop newsfeed, how it actually look on Instagram. This one, it's not showing the Instagram because I don't have an Instagram account connected to this, right? But as you see right here, it shows you the text, the picture, how it will look, and right here will show you your Facebook pixel. And honestly, guys, that's it. Like, you're done with the Facebook ad. Yeah, guys. So yeah, like all you have to do next is, you can review it, right? See, make sure everything's in proper. Let's say you didn't choose purchase or something like that. Make sure everything is perfect, right? Your targeting is good. And once you're good with it, right, you can just press confirm. It would not work for me because I don't have a payment method in this, right? And then there's no Instagram account. But all you have to do is press confirm and you will done. It will take a little while for your ad to be approved because Facebook wants to make sure that you don't add any offensive images or, anything that goes against their guidelines. So, it will take a little while to approve. And after that, boom, you guys are done. Your first ad will start running in no time.